Good morning, everybody. Day 8 of the trail, 30 May. Just took a zero yesterday in Franklin, North Carolina. Almost 10 o'clock, so I'm getting a late start to the day, about 3 hours later than normal. But I think I had my first bear encounter. He ran off before I can get a picture of him. It's gonna be a long day with the late start. I'm gonna try to get it's like just over 15 miles to Big Spring Gap, I believe, which is just on the other side of Albert Mountain. So plenty of elevation for the day, and the good thing is the sun is out, so we've got that going for us. We'll check back in when there's other sights to see. Good morning, everybody. It's morning of 31 May. I just got on trail. It's just about 7 o'clock now. I stayed last night. It was a stealth campsite. It's not listed on Gut Hooks, but half-mile north of Wallace Gap. I was gonna stay in Rock Gap Shelter, but there were two very inconsiderate little angels there. Decided to take up an entire 8-man shelter with their 2 tents set up inside, as well as hang their food bags right over the only acceptable tent site there. So I ended up doing a little over 21 miles yesterday with a late start, not getting back on trail for my zero until about 9:30. Made for a long day. Today, I think I'm gonna go, I think it was like 18.1, try to make it to, I think it was Spring Gap Shelter, something like that. The one thing is today is my official retirement date from the Navy, so that's the big news for the day. And then I will leave there and jump back in when there's some good sights to be seen. All right, take it easy. It's 1 June, 7 o'clock in the morning. Just been on trail for about 10 minutes or so. Day 10, I believe, on the trail. Today's goal is I'm gonna get to I think it's called Dantella for a quick resupply. It's about 9 miles away from where I'm currently at. And then I believe I'm gonna try to get to Sassafras shelter, which will put it just about a 16 mile day. Shouldn't be bad based off how long the resupply takes. I'm sure I'll stop and or eat lunch or dinner or something while I'm there. It looks like I'm getting close to the Smokies. They're still not issuing backcountry thru-hiker permits. Well, thru-hiker permits, that is. So I went ahead and purchased a pass or a permit for one night at a shelter. We'll see. I highly doubt that's the shelter I'll stay at, but at least I'm trying to do the right thing. So we'll evaluate. It's a day out, so unless I take a Zero or a Nero or something in between, mileage wise, I would be way past that shelter. On the 4th, I believe, was the only other first date it was available. So we'll see as I get closer. So there's still a few more days. We'll see what happens between here and there. And you can see the sun is starting to come up, or is up. Still blocked behind a bunch of trees. But I'll get back on as there's more things to see. Good morning. 2 June, 11th day, I believe, on trail. About 7 o'clock in the morning, just got on trail. Made up the first little hill so I could talk and not huff and puff. And stayed at Locust Grove last night. Goal today is to make it to Fontana. I'll probably go into town, spend the night, and make preps to enter the Smokies. Hopefully get through the Smokies in 4 days, 3 nights. Still playing games with logistics through the Smokies since they're not issuing thru-hiker permits. I'll check again tonight, but as of over the weekend, they still weren't issuing thru-hiker permits. So I do have one permit for a shelter about 20 miles in. That's not until the 4th, and I really don't want to take a 0 on the 3rd. So we'll see when I get to Fontana and have some time. I'll do some more research and see if there's any way to get a different shelter for the 3rd. Maybe a little less, maybe more miles, but whatever it takes. If I can, I would like to do it legitly and stay at shelters that I'm authorized to, but at this point I'm not against it. If I get caught and chased out of the park, then I'll skip the Smokies and then have to come back through and get those once they decide to open up after the COVID stuff's over with. That's it for this morning. I will jump back on as there's sights to see throughout the day. It's about almost 1,500, less than a mile away from Fontana. Really disappointed, I guess, overall with today's scenery. I think I was up on about 10 different peaks today, and not a single one of them had a clear view of anything worth taking videos of, or very good pictures at all. So hopefully tomorrow, well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Looks like I'm gonna at least try if there's anything available in Fontana. I'll spend the night in Fontana and try to figure out what my plan is. They said I do have a shelter reserved for the 4th, about 20 miles into the Smokies. So that's obviously not going to work if I start out first thing in the morning. I'll look tonight and see if I can figure out any other plans, or if there's any other way. I'm sure that sun's probably blowing you guys away. But I'll check in the morning or tonight, see if I can work out any plans to try to get through the Smokies legally. I guess that's the word to use it. Unless they started issuing thru-hiker permits over the last couple of days. Oops. Risk of video recording. You can't watch your steps. Or but yeah, we'll see if I can figure out a plan. If it involves taking a zero tomorrow, hopefully not. What think I've decided on is it's a very fine line between making progress, enjoying the hike, and not killing myself. So I'm still working on the carrying enough food, or not too much food. My mileage, I'm gonna say I'm averaging 15 to 20, somewhere in there, is my average mileage per day, based off terrain. Depends on how long that takes. I don't stop my watch for breaks or water refills or anything like that. According to that, I'm averaging 1.92 miles an hour. But like I said, that's for the whole day. I don't stop it for breaks, although I try not to take very many breaks. Try to eat everything on the go. Just because my mind right now tells me even a 10-minute break can be as much as a mile, half a mile, or well, I guess it'd be a half mile. A 10-minute break could basically mean 10 mile or a half mile lost down track. Trying to keep my eyes off the big target, Katahdin. There's a couple other big obstacles that I got to figure out. I don't know off the top of my head where they do the canoe crossing, but I read they stopped doing that in September. So that, depending on where that is, that could also play into the fact on whether or not I need to flip, or when I flip up, to make sure I can get Katahdin before they close the 15th of October. So yeah, my mind's just racing with all kinds of ideas. Fears, but trying not to let it get to me, and playing it day by day, sometimes hour by hour and minute by minute. I think today was a hell of a day. Some of the elevation, some I don't know what you want to call it, sadistic guy created the trail, or the route of the trail that I took up this morning. It was insane. Very few switchbacks until the very top. I have no idea the distance or the elevation change, but that was definitely, I think, the roughest climb so far. Okay, I think that's enough rambling for now. I'll get off. And again, less than a mile to the falls, or not the falls, the dam, Fontana parking anyways. So if there's anything else between here and there worth seeing, I'll get it on camera and add it to the video. Out.